Welcome to Highly Techifying Videos. Today we witness the symphony of creation, where raw elements are tamed into intelligence. This is the birth of a Beelink mini PC. From the violent elegance of heavy metal stamping to the microscopic precision of PCB assembly, every frame is a testament to human ingenuity. Watch closely as cold aluminum and silicon are breathed into life. Let us step onto the factory floor. We begin in the pristine lobby, a quiet promise of technology, before entering the stamping hall, where the air vibrates with power. Workers feed circular metal sheets into the maw of the deep drawing press. Saw the generous lubricant? It's the essential oil allowing metal stretch without tearing, and also for easy removal. The heavy press descends, a metal fist reshaping reality. With a thunderous embrace, the flat disc is forced into a three-dimensional box. The operator retrieves the newly formed chassis. It is rough, raw, and covered in industrial fluids, a sturdy skeleton upon which everything relies. Now, the realm of CNC machining, where subtraction becomes art. A solid block is locked in, and the cutter begins its high-speed choreography. A torrent of coolant milk floods the chamber, washing away silver tears of metal as the drill carves intricate grills and ports with violent precision. The transformation is startling. We see the rough stamped box juxtaposed against the milled perfection, a shiny, feature-rich housing. The coolant is blasted away, revealing the gleaming potential beneath. This is where industrial manufacturing meets sculptural beauty. But the machine requires the human hand. In a dustier corner, artisans use sanding belts to erase tool marks. It creates a deafening hiss and a cloud of fine dust. Yet notice their care. They smooth the skin of the device, preparing it for the aesthetic treatments to come. The shells are racked up like metallic soldiers, awaiting their chemical baptism. We transition from the dry dust of sanding to the humidity of the greening line. Workers hoist these heavy racks towards the baths. It is a moment of anticipation where the gray metal will lose its dullness. Into the tanks they go. This is the anodizing line, a vast hall of alchemy. Automated arms dip the chassis into bubbling cauldrons of acids and detergents. It is a rhythmic cleansing ritual, stripping away every microscopic impurity and oil residue to ensure a perfect finish. Rising like treasures, the cases are rinsed in cascading waterfalls of purified water. The automation is hypnotic, rows of housings moving through the steam. They are being prepared for coloring, their pores opened to accept the dye. Notice how the water sheets off, revealing a chemically pristine surface. The journey pauses for a structural check. A worker locks a raw shell into a specialized jig, ensuring the heat and pressure haven't warped the metal by even a fraction of a millimeter. This is followed by a very mandatory sandblasting process, where hard-stuck, ingrained, and rusty impurities can be finally removed. We now witness a different treatment, creating a ceramic-like white finish. The environment is intense, with tanks of dark, roiling liquid. The bubbling is fierce, a chemical storm creating a protective, hard-wearing layer on the aluminum. The racks rise, moving from dark baths into clear rinse tanks. The contrast is stunning. From murky depths emerges a bright white shell. The water creates chaotic turbulence, flushing out chemicals. There is a strange serenity in watching water purify these man-made objects, charged with electricity. Quality is quantified here. A worker uses a spectrophotometer to measure the exact hue. LAB values flash on the screen, digital proof that the color is perfect. This detail separates a gadget from a premium product. At the laser marking station, light burns silently. A high-powered beam dances across the surface, etching the logo with microscopic precision. There is no ink, only the physical alteration of the material. It is crisp and incredibly fast, branding the device in the blink of an eye. A robotic arm applies a thin blue bead of sealant around the rim. This automated dispensing is flawless, a steady hand that never trembles. Following this, components are pressed together. The serenity of this clean room contrasts with the earlier noise. Here, it is all about delicate assembly. We transition to the electronics on the SMT line. The floor shines with hygiene. Automated feeders supply pick-and-place machines that move faster than the human eye, populating green circuit boards with thousands of microscopic resistors and capacitors. The boards travel into the reflow oven to bake the solder. Upon exiting, they undergo automated optical inspection. A machine scans every joint, looking for defects invisible to the naked eye. The screen flashes green and red, a digital judge passing verdicts on every motherboard. Complexity increases as boards move down the line. We see larger components added and boards stacked in automated magazines, handled like precious plates in a high-tech dishwasher. The environment is a bustling hive of blue-coated workers and white machines creating the nervous system. The process slows to human speed at the manual insertion line. Workers insert larger components that robots struggle with, like Ethernet jacks and audio ports. Fingers protected by yellow cots move with practiced agility, placing each piece into its designated home. Boards are prepped for soldering, then inspected. We see workers cleaning off flux residue with brushes and solvents. It is a manual scrub down for the high-tech board, ensuring no sticky residue remains to corrode the circuits. The smell of solder likely hangs in the air here. A critical moment. The brain meets the body. We see the application of thermal material and the placement of the main processor. This is the most expensive real estate on the board, handled with care on pink anti-static mats. Assembly continues with heat sinks and shielding. Copper shines against the black PCB as cooling solutions are bolted on. A worker dispenses protective adhesive to secure specific connectors against vibration. Every screw, every drop of glue is a step toward long-term durability. The cooling fan, a crucial lung for the system, is screwed into place. Internal cabling is routed meticulously and taped down to ensure airflow isn't blocked. It is a game of hardware Tetris where efficient use of space is the only way to win. The motherboard is now a dense city of silicon. Delicate ribbons for data and power are connected. Wi-Fi cards are snapped in, and tiny antenna cables are pressed home, a task requiring the steady hands of a surgeon. Once connected, the unit is closed. Rubber feet are applied, covering the screws and providing a non-slip grip. It is the final aesthetic touch on the hardware. We enter final assembly. The motherboard is lowered into its housing, a tight fit engineered to the millimeter. Workers install the SSD storage and RAM sticks, snapping them into place. These components will hold the user's memories, installed by hand in a quiet, organized line. We see the first signs of life as the board is hooked to a monitor for a quick functional test. It is a heartbeat check, ensuring the patient is alive before the surgery continues. The assembly requires manual dexterity to align the heavy thermal block with delicate screw holes. It is impressive to see such density of material packed into this small footprint. The bottom cover is prepared with regulatory labels, the passport stamps of the electronic world. The worker connects the final ribbon cable and gently presses the lid shut. Electric screwdrivers whir in unison down the line, sealing the unit for the first time. Time for the soul to enter the machine. Rows of mini PCs sit on burn-in racks connected to monitors showing the Windows setup. They undergo stress tests and port verification. The screens flicker with code, a digital choir singing the song of quality assurance. A protective film is applied to the glossy surfaces. That satisfying peel awaits the customer. The device is weighed, a final check to ensure no component was missed inside. Finally, cleaning and packaging. Workers wipe down the chassis, removing fingerprints from the assembly. The decorative top plate is pressed on. The worker inspects the seams, ensuring the gap is even. The device now looks like the product you would buy, sleek, solid, and finished. But it is not yet ready to leave. Accessories join the party. Power bricks, HDMI cables, and manuals fit into the custom-designed white box. It is a puzzle of cardboard and foam. The worker slides the sleeve over, sealing the promise of technology inside. In the final shots, boxes are shrink-wrapped, the plastic tightening like a second skin. They are stacked, boxed in cartons, and taped shut. From a roll of metal to a pallet of computers, the journey is complete. This is the heartbeat of Beelink manufacturing, ready to be shipped to the world.